Hi everyone. This video is an example of what the looping and arrays assessment should look like when you're done coding it. So when you finish coding your JavaScript file and you've linked it up to your index.html, when you open up your HTML file, I'm going to refresh it here to get it going. The only thing you should really see kind of popping up on the page is from the second part of the assignment, and this is coming from the for loop that starts at 0 and goes to 10,000 because it says to alert messages. So the loop starts at 0. When it gets to 2500, it should alert a quarter of the way there, and so obviously you're going to need some sort of conditionals to get that working. So once it gets to 2500, it'll alert that message. When it gets to 5,000, it'll get to halfway there, and finally when it reaches the end of the loop, when it reaches to 10,000, it will message the loop is done. So that's the only thing that will pop up on the screen. As for the rest of the assignment, it should appear in your console. So let's start with the first piece, which has a for loop that logs every even number starting from 1000 down to 0. So you'll notice the console log here starts at 1000, but it doesn't log 999. It goes to 998, 996, 994. So there's a couple ways you can do it. One's certainly easier than the other. So you can change the way I updates on every loop. So the update statement in the for loop definition. That's, in my opinion, arguably easier. Or you could use some sort of conditional that checks whether I is an even number and chooses whether or not to log the message based on whether it's an even number or not. So those are the two ways. You'll notice if I scroll all the way down, it will get all the way to 0. And now for the last part, a lot of people kind of hacked their way through this assessment in my last classes, and I didn't change the rubric or the points that you're graded on until this class. So lucky for y'all, you can't hack your way through this assessment. For the last piece, you need to write an array of your top 5 favorite TV shows and loop through them to print these messages down here. So my number 1 favorite show is blah blah. My number 2 favorite show is blah blah. My number 3 favorite show is blah blah. The only thing that should be in your array is the name of the TV shows. So in my case, my array has Dexter, comma, Breaking Bad, comma, Sherlock, comma, Attack on Titan, comma, Demon Slayer. It does not have the rest of this statement. My number 1 favorite TV show is blah blah. My number 2 favorite show is blah blah. So you're going to take the array values and plug them into a sentence. Now, a lot of people get tripped up on the number, like, oh, how do I get the number to display correctly? You want to think that your loop has a variable that you can use in your sentence. So think about that to determine how to make this number appear correctly. I'd first start with just looping through and logging your TV shows in the order you want. Just, print the message, Dexter, Breaking Bad, Sherlock, Attack on Titan, in separate console logs. Then work on, adding that to the full sentence, and then kind of mulling over how you can use whatever variable that is in your loop to make number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. As always, ping me for help if you need it on Slack, and looking forward to seeing your assessments.